Ich bin der Producer von Wild River Games für das neue Book of Heroes. Das ist das neue Rollenspiel in dem Schwarzen Auge-Universum. Kommt hoffentlich in Q2 2020, vielleicht sogar ein Tickchen früher, wird erhältlich sein auf Steam und ist ein klassisches Rollenspiel, was man alleine spielen kann, was man aber auch mit 4 Leuten oder mit bis zu 4 Leuten gleichzeitig am Computer spielen kann. Wir sind jetzt gerade in Finnland beim Entwickler und schauen uns so ein bisschen an, wie weit sind die Kollegen schon, haben wir die Gelegenheit wahrgenommen und ein paar Interviews geführt und natürlich ein paar neue Spieleszenen aufgenommen, die möchten wir euch gerne zeigen.
Well, luckily the Dark Eye has a long history and thus has a lot of resources to look for. It gives enough freedom to express my own artistic vision in it, but it also gives this very strong framework as to what to work with. But it's often not like to the exact letter how it should be, so I get a little bit of freedom there. And of course, for some assets there are no pictures for them, so I kind of have to go with either a description or just come up with something and send it to the Dark Eye artist and see if it's good.
In the game, the character creation works in a way that we have a set of 4 cards in each phase of the character creation, and each has a, let's say, profession or race or class, which is just a profession is a subclass of class, but player has, I think, 7 or 8 phases in which they choose from 3 or 4 cards, and based on those choices the character is made. And after that you can customize the look of the character with sliders and different hairstyles and skin colors and such.
I don't know, I come to work and I check, like the first thing I do, I check what I did yesterday so I can bring it up in the daily meeting first. And I update my local version of the game. And then if there's any time, I'll do some work before the daily meeting.
Yeah, we basically have a meeting each day where we see what everyone's been doing, what they are planning to do today, and go from there. And of course, we have milestone plannings and weekly planning meetings and things like that, where we plan what we are trying to accomplish for the current milestone and for the current week. And basically we work on those things.
We don't have the kind of pipeline that the same asset goes through multiple artists like every time. Like sometimes it might, but for the most part we make our own assets like one artist at a time. And if I run into a problem that I think Samuli might know the answer to, I go ask him about it, and then if neither of us know the answer, then we figure it out like together. We find a way to make it work.
Yeah, oftentimes you can't really tell whether something will work, you know, design-wise, before you get to actually test it in the actual game. So sometimes we will implement something, then test it, and then go like, nah, okay, that doesn't really work, let's do it again. Luckily that doesn't happen as much these days.
For me the biggest challenge is to meet the expectations of the IP. Basically, that's like when I start working on something, I try to make it as close as possible to the concept art and to the original art, because I know that's important to the fans, and because it's important to the fans, it's also important to me, because I want to make authentic models for the game.
Personally, I think it's mostly trying to bring the true pen and paper feel into a digital game. It's the most difficult thing to do, I feel like.
Yeah, I have no arguments against that.
Because content essentially is sort of easy to do, but to make content that feels like a role-playing tabletop game is the difficult part.
Well, currently we are trying to get more interesting content in the game. I mean, the whole point is to be not all about combat, but currently we are a bit short on the non-combat content. So currently Saara especially is working on.
It's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Honestly, I would like to have Hundeblume in the game, but that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. I'd also want to have like northern mountains and stuff, but since our game takes place in the middle of the map, it's like, yeah, not gonna happen, but you know, maybe in the future.